Well, hello there, and welcome to another episode of
Oodles of Brutals.
For this week's episode, guys, I thought I would do something a little different. It has been years since I've done a show review on here. I think the last one I did was Danzig and Venom Inc. about 100 years ago. So this past weekend, I went and saw Ministry, Gary Numan, and Frontline Assembly. It was only the second date of the tour at the Mcdonald Theater in Eugene, Oregon. So I thought I'd give a little show review just to kind of give you guys an idea of what you might be in for if you decide to go check out this tour, which I highly recommend, by the way. Spoiler alert. I've been into Ministry since I was fucking, 13, 14 years old, something like that. I saw the video for NWO on Headbangers Ball as a kid, and it just blew my fucking mind. It was one of the heaviest, most evil things I had seen at that time. I remember I had gone out and bought Psalm 69 on tape. That's how old I am, guys. I had Psalm 69 on cassette before I eventually upgraded to CD, and I played the shit out of that cassette. That was probably my most played cassette at that time. But anyway, I had never gotten to see Ministry live. I finally got to see them in October of last year with Rob Zombie and Filter and Alice Cooper. They played a set full of classics, and it was a short set, so, it was great to see them live for the first time, but it was also like, I wish they had played more. So, of course, when I saw that they were doing a headlining tour, I had to jump on that. I was curious to see Frontline Assembly. I used to listen to them quite a bit back in the day when I first kind of was really getting into industrial. They are the Canadian industrial OGs up there with Skinny Puppy and whatnot. I have to be honest, and I feel bad for saying this, but their set did not do much for me. It just didn't grab me. No offense to them. It's not them, it's me. It just wasn't the energy I was looking for the other night. It just kind of is what it is. So, guys, we have to fucking talk about Gary Numan. Holy shit. Surprise of the night for me. Gary Numan
goes hard as fuck live.
I am a big fan of his early stuff. The Pleasure Principle and the Two Boy Army stuff. I loved all that stuff. But I was not familiar with any of his more recent stuff, to be honest with you. I checked out a few songs here and there, like Pure and, stuff like that. But man, his set was heavy. If you're expecting, synth pop and shit, forget all you know about Gary Numan, because he goes hard. He almost stole the show, honestly. I mean, holy shit. He put on such a great set. Very energetic, very surprisingly heavy, with some industrial and electronic overtones. But he played my favorite fucking Gary Numan song, which is Metal, off of the Pleasure Principle, but he heavied it up. It sounded so good that way. It was like more of an industrial metal take on the song, and it was just fucking fantastic. Of course, he played Cars, and again, heavied it up. I kind of wonder if that was inspired by, Fear Factory's cover of Cars, which he, of course, sang on as well. I'm definitely looking forward to exploring his more recent stuff. I made a Spotify playlist out of the set list, so I can kind of, go back and get familiar with those songs and decide which albums I want to check out from there. But yeah, Gary Numan, man. Do not sleep on Gary Numan. Guys, the reason I was there and the reason most of us were there was, of course, for motherfucking Ministry. One of the best bands ever, in my opinion, and they did not disappoint. They just put out a new album, Hopium for the Masses, and they played 5 songs from that album. And I looked at their set from San Francisco, and it was the same, so I can only assume that's how this tour is going to go. I would recommend getting familiar with the new album if you want to go, because otherwise, you're not going to know the songs, and you're going to be disappointed. But guys, the new songs are good. The Goddamn White Trash, that's an instant classic in my book. The other songs he played, New Religion, that one's badass. Big Dick Energy is fucking hilarious. Played one called Aryan Embarrassment that was pretty good as well, and then Just Stop Oil, probably my least favorite of the new songs that I've heard. I have not checked out the full album yet, I will be honest, but hope to get on that this weekend. I will try to make it a priority because it's Ministry and because I've been quite impressed with the songs I heard so far, and quite frankly, they sounded great live. They were heavy, catchy, the band seemed to be having fun. Al was definitely enjoying himself. So, always, what you want to see from a band when they're playing live and when they're kind of diving into some new stuff. They, of course, did not go without playing some classics, however. And the highlight of that for me was Jesus Built My Hot Rod. When I saw them the first time back in October, they did not play that song, and it's one of my favorites. Hell, it's one of everybody's favorites, right? Everybody loves fucking Jesus Built My Hot Rod. So I was so stoked that they played it during this set. Obviously, Gibby Haynes did the vocals on the original. Al does a fantastic job with the vocals. As far as other classics, they also played Stigmata, Thieves, NWO, the first song I ever heard of theirs. Once again, video on Headbangers Ball was NWO. And of course, one of my other fucking all-time favorites of Ministry, which is Just One Fix. One of the most badass guitar riffs ever, in my opinion. Love it to death. Yeah, really enjoyed the shit out of it once again. Enjoyed him back in October. Really enjoyed him this time as well. Both times just amazing. And plus, to have been a fan for like 30 some years or however long it's fucking been, and to see them play live, to see them sound so good, to see them bust out some classics, to hear new material that sounds kick-ass, couldn't ask for much more. They did do an encore, which featured two 80s covers. They did The Light Pours Out of Me by Magazine, which is on also the Ministry album Animositissomina. I remember hearing that album and not thinking too much of it, but I did like that cover. It's pretty catchy, kind of a nice little tune, and they ministry it up as they do with their covers, so very cool to hear. They also did a newer cover for them of an 80s song. It's called Ricky's Hand by a project called Fad Gadget, which I am not familiar with, but now I kind of want to get familiar with because it was a pretty interesting song, a little different sound for Ministry, but they seem to be having fun playing it. I enjoyed it, and again, I'll have to check out Fad Gadget now, I guess. So yeah, very cool, very different kind of set for them. Some people are probably going to want more classic material. I get that, but Al's excited about the new album. He's playing shit from the new album. Just I guess get familiar with it or don't, whatever. I thought it was cool. I enjoyed it. So, and production quality wise, their lighting, their sound, everything was fantastic. So definitely check out this tour if you get a chance. I highly recommend, for sure, don't skip out on Gary Numan, and Ministry is fucking as kick-ass as ever. I just wanted to give you guys a little idea of what you'll be in for if you go see it. As always, don't forget to like and subscribe. Tell your friends, tell your mom, tell your grandma about Oodles of Brutals if you like what you see. If you don't like something, let me know because I want to make this channel better. But otherwise, be sure to
like and subscribe.
Until next time, guys, thanks for watching and take care. Peace.
I highly recommend... Fuck, what the fuck am I saying?